All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon. Yes. I trust and believe we are doing fine wherever we are joining this Zoom from. We are so grateful and we are so thankful for the gift of life this evening. So welcome everyone. This is Coach Mopiwa joining you from Johannesburg. And we are having a training tonight for activated members. This is not a business presentation where we invite prospects, but this is a training for those that are having robots that are active, right? So if you can hear me, please give me a 1 in the chat if I'm loud and clear. Kindly drop me a 1 in the chat. If I'm loud and clear, I'm audible, kindly drop me a 1 in the chat. Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are having people, if you are having team members that you wish they could be here so that your work can be easier in terms of guiding them on how to trade with Royoki Robot, I think this is the platform that you can invite them to come so that we simplify your work. We also simplify their part in terms of trading, right? Because tonight we are going to continue learning how to trade with Royoki Robot, how to set a trade without waiting for a signal in the group, right? So we will continue doing that because we understand that each and every day we do have team members that are new to the business. So we want to empower them. We want to duplicate ourselves instead of them waiting for signals all the time. Then they can use their Royal Q robot to trade on their own without waiting for signals. Because Royal Q now, it is becoming better and better each and every day. Yes, trading with Royal Q has been simplified. Yeah, we do have indicators that we were not having before, right? That we can use them to make our entries in the market. Yes, objectively so, understanding how the market structure is doing. So Royal Q has simplified its trading platform so that we can use it effectively to trade. So tonight I'm going to take you through on how to use one of the best indicators, which is the MACD indicator, on how to pick a coin or how to set our Royal Q robot using the MACD indicator. This is not the first training. We have been doing this training, yes, for longer now, and we will continue doing so. Yes, so that you are able to better your trading skill, especially with the Royal Q. All right, if you are able to also pick a trade after analyzing the market on your own, I think you are doing better if you are on that level right now, where you are able to look at a chart, whether in trading view, you are able to see that no, I can use the MACD effectively and pick a trade according to where the MACD is right now. All right, so you are improving your trading skill. But tonight we want to trade with Royal Q effectively by setting the MACD indicator, which is available on the Royal Q platform. So I'm going to share my screen, then we go to our trading view app for a few minutes just to clarify one or two things. Then after that, we're going to go to Royal Q so that I demonstrate how do you set the MACD indicator so that the Royal Q robot is able to monitor the market using the MACD indicator so that it can make an entry, yes, an entry in the market using our first buy-in amount. All right. The lovely part is that whether the market is going down, whether the market is going up, we can still trade because we do have futures on the Royal Q platform. So we can trade on both sides of the market, right? As long as we understand the market structure, where the market is going, right? So let me share my screen and then we get to the training for tonight. Yes, all right. So here we are. Let me see what else can I do here before we go to our all right, okay. Is my screen visible? Please give me a reaction in the chat if you are able to see my screen. Give me a reaction in the chat if you are able to see my screen. Give me a reaction in the chat if you are able to see my screen. Give me a reaction in the chat if my screen is visible. Yes, give me a reaction in the chat if my screen is visible. All right. Okay. So let's come here, ladies and gentlemen, and make use of the MACD indicator. So I'm going to push these candles, this chart, a little bit up so that we do have this MACD indicator in full. Let me push those candles up there. I believe that my screen is shared. I believe that you are able to see my screen. Okay, let me do this. I'm checking the strength of my network here. I should not rely on it too much. So let me try to create some backup. Let me try to create some backup. And I'm not sure who is having a very good network that I can make them my co-host. I'm trying to check here. Yes, I'm trying to check here who is having a strong network that they are not going to leave me here. All right, so let me make Ambassador Morris to be my co-host in case anything happens. Please take note of that. Ambassador Morris, take note of that. If anything happens with my network, try to bring me back in the Zoom. Okay, so let me share my screen. Then we go to our trading view application. Okay, so this is an application called Trading View. I just want to bring clarity to the MACD indicator. This is the extra knowledge, guys. What I'm providing here, it is extra knowledge so that you understand the indicator well. Though we are trading using Royal Q, remember we trade with the robot. So it is the robot that enters the market on our behalf, okay? But at the same time, it is also better to sharpen our knowledge because by and by, some of us will start understanding how to enter the market or how to set the robot by ourselves after we have seen a crossover in the MACD indicator because we understand it better. Okay, instead of the robot using the MACD to trade, it's gonna be us going and pick a trade with Royal Q because we have seen the MACD indicator making a crossover, whether to the upper side or to the downside, looking at what type of a market are we trading in. Is it the spot market or the futures market? Okay, So you should be grateful that you are part and parcel of this community. So this is what we call the MACD indicator. The name appears here above. When you look above here, it is showing MACD, and there is 12 and 26. All right, I'm going to explain this. So the MACD indicator, okay, yes, the M stands for moving, the A stands for averages, the C stands for convergence, and the D stands for divergence. So in short, we just call it MACD. So we do have moving averages. These moving averages, sometimes they converge, sometimes they diverge. Okay? Is that coming to mind? The moving averages, they converge, sometimes they diverge. So there is a diversion. To diverge, it means to go different direction. Okay? To diverge, it means the lines, they go different directions. All right? But when you say converge, it means these lines, they are now coming to each other. They want to kiss. The lines, they are coming to each other and they want to kiss. They are coming together. So these two lines, sometimes they converge, trying to meet. All right? They cross each other, like what you are seeing here. This line was coming down. Okay? This line was going up. Can you see? First of all, they were moving separately. Okay? But now it seems like they want to meet. They want to kiss. Right? So the converging part is what is represented in the MACD with the C, where we say convergence. So they converge, sometimes they diverge, going different direction. Now, these two lines, the blue one, it is a 12. Okay? As you are able to see there, it is a 12 moving average. The orange one, it is a 26 moving average. These are two lines that are called moving averages. They converge and they diverge, giving us a signal which direction the market is heading to. Right. Now, this 12 moving average is the one which is called the MACD line. Okay? The 12 moving average, which is the blue one, it is called the MACD line. While the 26 moving average, it is called the signal line. Okay? The orange one, which is the 26 moving average, it is the one which is called the signal line. So we do have the MACD line and the signal line, and we know their strength. This one is 26, this one is 12. This means that the 12 moving average, it moves faster than the 26 moving average, because the 12 one looks at the previous 12 candles, while the 26, it looks at 26 previous candles. So this one moves faster than this one. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? I'm taking it so slow so that you are able to follow through. When we come to Royal Q and set this indicator, so that the Royal Q robot can monitor the market using this indicator. Whenever something happens, let the robot enter the market. Let the robot buy with our first buy-in amount, which we call it entry. which we call it entry in the market. Right. Can I get some reaction if we are following? Can I get some yeses if we are following? Can I get some yeses if we are following? Are we following? Are we together? Are we together? If you are having any question, please just hold on for now. If you are having a question, just hold on for now. I'm going to give you a chance to ask questions, right? I'm going to give you a chance to ask questions, right? But I just want you to indicate if you are following, right? Okay. So let's come back to the TradingView application. Right. So these two lines, the signal line and the MACD line, when they are moving, they move on a line which is called the zero line. Here, between, okay, between this cloud and this cloud, there is a line. So when these two lines are moving, they move along this line. It's either they go up, they come down. They go up, they come down. But they are moving within this area. They are moving within this area. So when they go up, they cross a zero line. When they come down, they cross a zero line. That's why you are able to see that there is a zero line here. Okay, can you see this dotted line over here? It is the zero line. So these two lines, they normally move along on this line. They would go up above it, they would come down below it on this zero line, right? So I want you to take note of the zero line, which is part of the MACD indicator, right? At the same level or on the same line, which is the zero line, we also do have what we call histograms, okay? Histograms. Histograms are these bars that are looking like a mountain or they are looking like a cloud. Okay, these are called histograms. Okay, so these histograms also they develop. Okay, they develop below and above the zero line. So it seems like the zero line carries the weight here. The zero line carries the weight because the histograms they develop below above the zero line if they are green in color. When they are red in color, they develop below the zero line. So let us look at the significance of these histograms. Okay, what is their significance? What should we look at, or what help do they bring to us as traders when we are using this indicator in connection with these two lines? Okay, so the histograms, they give us the signal when it comes to strength. Okay, we are looking at the strength or the volume of the market. Remember, we only trade volume. If there is no volume in the market, you enter a coin now, it does not move. It is quite like a chameleon. The coin moves like a chameleon. Yes, it takes time for a movement to happen in the coin. It will go just a little bit up, then it comes down. When it comes down also, it does not go further down. So it will be moving like a chameleon. The reason why it is like that, there is no volume in that particular coin. Okay? Yes, there is no volume. So we trade volume, volatility. The coins, they need to be volatile. If they are not volatile, there is no movement of price up and down, because we want to take advantage of the movement, whether it goes up, whether it goes down. Remember, we are also futures traders, right? So now these histograms, they show us how much volume is in the market. They indicate how much volume is in the market. Okay, so this volume can be for buyers. Okay, the volume can be for buyers. If the volume is for buyers, it is demonstrated by the green histograms, how much strength the buyers are having compared to sellers. Okay, the green histograms, they represent volume. So the volume is in two parts. Okay, the volume for buyers and the volume for sellers. Okay, so if it is the volume for buyers, you are going to see how strong the bars are, or the histograms are, in terms of the green ones, these ones. So the strength for buyers is demonstrated by the green histograms. Green histograms, they only develop above the zero line. The green histograms, they only develop above the zero line, while the red histograms, that signifies selling pressure. Okay, the red histograms signifies selling pressure. The volume for sellers, they develop below the zero line. That is the reason why you are able to see this mountain and this valley. So the mountain is for buyers, the valley is for sellers. Understanding that sellers, they push market to the downside, while buyers, they climb Mount Kilimanjaro so that they are able to take a profit. Is this becoming easy? Am I simplifying the understanding of this MACD indicator? Maybe before that, let me add something to this. So when you look at these two mountains, okay, that are created by two forces, all right, the force for buyers and the force for sellers, you are going to see that when the volume is strong, for buyers, you are going to see the dark green color of the histogram. You are going to see pure green. It means that the volume is strong. But when you see that the green color is changing to light green, okay, when the pure green is changing to light green, it means the volume for buyers is decreasing. The amount of buyers that are in the market, it is not the same like before. So it is going to be demonstrated through the histograms that are light green. So when you see this, and then you check up here, for example, let me bring the chart that I pushed on top here. Let me bring it here, okay? So that you are able to see what I'm talking about. When I say, when the histograms are changing color, okay, from pure green to light green, then you are able to see the volume that was there before, all right, and the volume that is there right now. For example, let me show you this. Let me show you this. All right, let me extend this way. All right, so I want you to look at this area where there is pure green histograms. And then you look up here, okay, what type of candles are you seeing there? You can see that there is a composition of green candles, okay? So this volume here, okay, actually, let me start from the top. that this volume here for buyers, it is demonstrated. You can just look at the histograms here that buyers, they are more in the market, okay, compared to sellers, right? Now, you discover that when the market was going further up, the buyers could not contain the strength. They started losing momentum. Can you see here? Can you see the development of these red candles over here? Then you are able to see that the colors were changing. When the market was going up and up, the strength, for example, if you look at this candle and this candle, you can see that when these ones were coming, their size started to change. Okay, can you see? The sizes of these candles started to change. The volume that was there before, which is this one, it is no longer the same. As a result, these candles, they are losing their strength. And it is demonstrated down here with the light green histograms, right? Now, when the buyers lost control of the market, now you can see the development of red candles. Okay, so these red candles here, if you come down here, you are going to see that there are histograms that are in pure red. Can you see that? If I was to draw a line here, if I was to draw a line here, you are able to see. Let me bring a vertical line. If I was to draw a line here, can you see when the market starts to lose its power? Can you see the representation of these histograms down here? They are red. So it is simply meaning market was changing direction. Buyers were losing control of the market, right? So you are going to see when these histograms are changing color, you will see, let me remove this line. Let me put it off. So you will see when volume is increasing or when volume is decreasing, you are going to see these two lines, how they are performing, okay? When volume is increasing, you are going to find out that this line, okay, the blue line, which is the MACD line, it is going to start distancing itself from the orange line. You will see the gap will be increasing, meaning to say these lines are doing what? They are diverging. You can see the orange line is going that way, the blue line is going that way. So they are diverging, they are moving away from each other. When they are moving away from each other, you will see here on top the market is rising. That means there is volume, right? So these two lines, sometimes they cross each other. As you can see here, there is a cross, there is a cross. Okay, so these crosses, they are the ones that we are looking for when it comes to how to enter the market. Let's start with a crossover to the upper side. When the blue line crosses, meaning it is coming from below, it was moving below. Can you see this line? It has been moving below, below, below. This one was above, okay? But this one was below. But time came when the blue line was trying to cross to go back to the top, while the orange line should come down, okay? So there was a crossover here. The blue line crossed the orange line. When this happened, if you look above here, okay, if I was to draw a straight line there, you will see that the market changed direction. Can you see this was a downtrend? The market has been going down. If I was to bring this here, okay, I want you to look closely here that this was a downtrend. This is what was happening here when the blue line was moving below, the orange line, it was a downtrend because there was a crossover here first. There was a crossover to the downside. But here there is a crossover to the upper side. So when there is a crossover to the upper side, the market goes up. When there is a crossover to the downside, the market goes down. Are we together? As you can see there. So we want to make use of these crossovers. If we want to trade a downward movement in futures, we want to set the robot to enter the market when there is a crossover to the downside of this indicator. We also want to set the same robot to enter the market when there is a crossover to the upper side. So this crossover to the upper side, it is called a golden cross. The crossover of the blue line to the upper side, it is called golden cross. While the crossover to the downside, it is called death cross. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? So we want to make use of the death cross and the golden cross. We set it in our Royal Q robot so that the robot can enter first time in the market using our first buy-in amount. So the MACD indicator, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest with you, whenever a death cross happens, obviously the market will go down because it does not just bend or it does not just cross. The MACD does not just make a death cross without no reason. Something is really happening in the market. It is not like the RSI indicator. The RSI indicator, when the market goes up like this, it goes up. When the market tries to make a bend, it will bend. When it tries to go up, it will go up. That is the difference between the RSI and the MACD. This one, it shows you each and every noise that is happening in the market. But the MACD indicator, whenever you see it bending, you should know that something is really happening in the market. So you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, when there was this death cross here, can you see this market, how down it went? Can you see? All the way here. Can you see that? So if you are entering here, when this death cross is happening, your robot picks a trade here. It enters the market for you here. Do you think, are you going to lose this trade or you are going to win this trade? If it was a short in futures, if it was a short in futures, our robot makes an entry here. Do you think, do we stand a chance to lose or we stand a chance to win the trade? Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat if you are following. Do you think the chances of losing and the chances of winning, which ones are so high? Which ones are so high? We are standing to win. That is the reason why we don't want just to trade. We want to trade objectively. We want to lay a trap using our Royal Q robot. Let the robot only pick a trade when there is a death cross if we are doing a short. If we are longing the market, let the robot watch for a golden cross. The same applies to the spot market. If you're trading in the spot market, you're going to make use of the golden cross. Yes, okay, so thank you so much, Senior. Now you understand why you were liquidated. Yes. All right. So when you understand the market trend, where the market is going, ladies and gentlemen, it's very rare for one to get liquidated. Okay? It's very rare for one to get liquidated if you understand the market trend. Okay? Most of your trades are going to be successful. As long as you are not chasing the market, I know there are traders here who always chase the market. They will enter one coin 3 times, 4 times, just because it is going up. They will chase, they will chase, they will chase. The time it is changing direction, they are not aware. There is no signal at all. Yes. So just do perfect entries. When I say perfect entries, use this type of indicator to enter a trade, because your chances of winning are high when a golden cross happens. Your chances of winning a trade are high when a death cross happens, when you enter a trade using death cross. Somebody says I should share my screen. Which screen now? Am I not sharing my screen? Am I not sharing my screen? Which screen should I share now? I think I'm sharing screen. Or because you are not seeing the trading view. So you think I'm not sharing screen. It was looking blank, right? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we have discovered that using the MACD indicator, there is what we call the golden cross. Okay? Using the MACD indicator as well, there is what we call the death cross. Okay? So when the death cross happens, the market changes direction to the downside. When a golden cross happens, the market changes direction to the upper side. Now, please pay close attention. When these two lines are crossing each other, sometimes the crossover, it can be a crossover to the upper side, okay? The crossover to the upper side can happen above the zero line here. For example, can you see here? Can you see this one here? Can you see this crossover here? This crossover. It has happened above the zero line. These two lines, they are crossing each other above. That's what I mean when I say a crossover happening above the zero line. So these two lines are crossing each other above. Sometimes the crossover can happen below, okay, as indicated here. Can you see this crossover? It is happening below the zero line. All right. So in Royal Q, we can set our Royal Q robot. Let the robot enter the market when the golden cross is happening below the zero line, or when the golden cross is happening above the zero line. Okay, all these, they are crossovers. They are golden crosses, but some they happen above, some they happen below. All right. Yes. So when it comes to the death cross, obviously a death cross, it is going to happen above the zero in most cases. If we are to go to history, we will find out that death crosses, they are happening above because the market went high up. Okay, the market went up. All right, the market went up. Right. Yes, it's only this one here that I see that it happened below the zero line. This death cross over here, this one, it happened below the zero line, right? Yes, but in most cases, the death crosses happens above the zero because the market went high up. Now it wants to come down. So now, is this understood? Let me hear from you guys. Is this understood? Is this understood? If it is understood, give me a yes. I want us to go to Royal Q so that we can set the MACD that is available in our Royal Q robot so that the robot can enter whenever a golden cross, a death cross is happening above or below the MACD, I mean the zero line. Is it okay? Give me a 1 if this is okay. Nikali sana, Nikali sana. Yes, nikali sana. I don't even know what it means. Yes, nikali sana. Okay, is it clear? Give me a one. Give me a one. Yes, eco power. Yes, eco power. Yes, rudia. Yes, rudia. All right, that's the amazing part of being an African. That's the amazing part of being an African. Yes, our beautiful languages. Okay, so it is clear. Let's come to Royal Q now. Let me take you to Royal Q. Okay, so we are right now in Royal Q robot. Okay, what we have seen there, we want to lay it in our Royal Q robot so that the robot can enter the market using the MACD indicator. So when you open any coin, whether you are trading in the spot market, whether you are trading in the futures market, when you open any coin, Royal Q is giving us the market. Okay, for example, I am under futures. Okay, I am under futures. This is the spot market. All right, this is the spot market, but I am under futures. So if I open any coin under the futures market, for example, let me open the 1000 card. All right, I'm opening the 1000 card. So Royal Q is able to give us the market section. Can you see this is the market where you are able to see the chart of this particular market? All right, so you are able to see green candles and red candles. I said that the green represents buyers, the red represents sellers. So under the market here, Royal Q is displaying indicators. We do have the moving average indicator. Can you see over here? This is the moving average indicator. We do have the Bollinger Bands indicator. We do have the volume indicator. These three indicators, they are just for display of the market. We do not use them to set a trade in Royal Q so that Royal Q can enter when something happens. These three, they only help us to see what is happening here. All right, let me give you an example what I mean. So there is a moving average there. I have removed it. Can you see the chart is clear? There's nothing in the chart. Can you see that? So I'm going to tap here the moving average. You are going to see lines coming inside here. Those are moving averages. All right, so when I tap like that, can you see those three lines? Okay, those are moving averages. It is an indicator. We have been learning what this indicator does, okay, how it can help us to enter the market, okay, but not using Royal Q, okay, but setting a trade, looking at what we are seeing here by ourselves. We can set a trade. That is the moving averages. All right, I can add another indicator called the Bollinger Bands. Can you see the Bollinger Bands? The moving average is gone. Now it is the Bollinger Bands. Okay. Yes, so the Bollinger Bands makes that balloon sometimes. So I'm not here to teach about the Bollinger Bands. I'm not here to teach about moving averages. Neither am I here to teach about the volume indicator. There is the volume indicator right here. Okay, so if I move the Bollinger Bands, okay, then I put the volume indicator. You are able to see that it is here, it is displayed there. This is the volume. Okay, if I tap on it, you can see it comes there, right? So these are the three indicators that help us just to look at what the market is displaying. But now we do have this MACD, the KDJ, and the RSI. These three, they are the ones that we can set in the robot so that the robot can buy first time using these indicators. But today we are looking at MACD. Is this clear, ladies and gentlemen? Are you learning something here? Is this clear when you open your Royal Q robot? Are you able to understand what you are seeing there? All right, let's proceed. I'm about to finish, then you can ask your questions. I'm about to finish so that you can ask me your questions. Okay, so I said that we are going to set the MACD indicator to be our tool that the robot should enter the market first time using this indicator. Now, how do we apply this indicator? Assuming that I want to set this coin called 1000 cat, okay? 1000 cat. When you look at 1000 cat, it is giving us these technical indicators showing that there is buy, okay? Can you see buyers? They are the ones that are pushing the price over there. Can you see that? It is showing buy here, okay? So you are able to see there is a technical indicator here that shows you if it is selling pressure, how much selling pressure is it? Is it strong selling pressure or it is just selling pressure? Okay, sometimes it will be under neutral. When it is under neutral, it means the market is not rising, the market is not going further down, it is just moving sideways. Okay, the market does not give you a proper direction where it is going, then it will show neutral here. That's where that neutral is. So it will be displaying neutral. But currently, there is a buy. Okay? There is some buying pressure. When the buying pressure is more, it normally says strong buy here. This is scale. I don't know it is a scale or a time frame. Okay? But I want you also to take advantage of this. You must not just come and look at this. No. It indicates if there is strong pressure, I mean strong buying pressure, it will write strong here. It will say strong buy. Okay, so when you check up here, you will see that there was indeed strong buying pressure. If it was selling pressure and it was very strong, it will write strong sell. It means there is indeed selling pressure in the market. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? Now, how do you set the MACD indicator to enter the trade for you when a golden cross or a death cross is happening? Assuming we want to long this market, okay? We want to long this market in futures. When we say long, it means we are predicting that the market is going to go up. We call it long, okay? But if we want to predict that the market is going to go down, then we call it short. So when we want to short the market, we are going to use the death cross in the indicator of MACD. If we want to long the market, we are going to use the golden cross because we want to long the market, understanding that the market might go up or it is going up. So I want to set the MACD indicator in this trade. Okay, so now I'm gonna come here, I tap create. I tap create here. I want to create this so that my robot can pick it when there is a signal of going up, understanding that I want to do this as a long. So I'm gonna tap I understand. Okay, so when you come on this section here, they are long and short. When it is highlighted dark like this, it means it is on the part that you want it. Okay, when I do like this, can you see? When it highlights dark or black, it means it is on the side that you want it. Okay, If I want it long, then I'm gonna tap on the long side. So let's do a long here. Let me demonstrate with a long. So I want to long this trade, and I want the robot to pick it on my behalf. Now I'm gonna come and tap on trade settings, of which everyone is familiar with. So we tap on trade settings. When we tap on trade settings, then I'm gonna come on this page. I'm going to do all these settings, assuming that now you know how to do all these settings. I'm not gonna take you through this, okay? Maybe probably another day, all right? But you have been learning on how to calculate if you are doing the futures trading, right? For the spot market, I'm going to demonstrate as well. I'm gonna pick one coin in the spot market. Okay, I'm gonna pick one coin in the spot market. But let's finish with the futures. So when you come here, that is already saved in your Royal Q robot. Then you are going to tap here so that you can pick the strategy that you have already saved. I think I already taught that on how to set a strategy and you save it in your Royal Q robot, right? So I'm gonna tap here, then it is going to take me here where I have saved one of my strategies. So I'm going to tap this one, it will come into my chart or my form that is displayed there. Okay, so I don't need to set anything because I have just picked a setting that was already saved in my Royal Q robot, right? So how do I now set MACD? Everything now is set, okay? How do I bring MACD in this scenario? So I'm going to tap here. When you come down here, there is this area. It is the last part according to this page. It is showing advanced settings and it is optional. It means optional because you can trade without this part, without setting this part. It's not a must that you should always use this part. That's why it shows optional. But today we want to use it. So we're gonna come on advanced settings. So I'm gonna tap on advanced setting. Okay, when I tap on it, I'm gonna have extra page down there. So what I'm looking for is here. Remember, I want this trade to be picked by an indicator called MACD. Okay, so when the MACD indicator is being used by the robot to pick trade, what is going to happen is that the robot will use the MACD indicator for the first buy. Please get me straight here. Our robot, when it is using an indicator, the indicator is used only for first buy instances. It does not use it to buy your margin calls. The indicator is not for buying margin calls, please. It is only for first buy amount. First buy amount, okay? My first buy amount here, when the robot is entering the market first time, that's when this indicator is used to trigger. That's why I was asking you a question, that if a death cross was happening, okay? If a death cross was happening and our Royal Q robot was monitoring it, and then it enters on the death cross, what was our chance of winning the trade? You said we were having high chances of winning the trade. So that trade, it was based on first buy. Sometimes when the robot enters, the market does not go against us. Then the robot is going to sell whatever it has bought. Okay? The robot will sell. So our focus here, it is first buy entry with the robot. That is the condition. So we want the robot to trigger this buy using MACD. That's why it says first buy triggering condition. This trade should be activated by what? It should be activated by MACD. We're gonna tap on trigger price. Okay, trigger price, it means if we are to trade this coin now, okay, without the help of the indicator, the robot will use it, or the robot will buy it using trigger price, okay, which is the current price. It will enter through the current price, okay. But now we don't want current price. We want something called MACD. So here is our MACD indicator. So I'm going to tap on it. I'm gonna tap on it. So our first buy, it is going to be triggered by MACD. Under which condition? Remember, we are longing this trade. We are placing a long. So if we are placing a long, it means we're gonna use golden cross. Are we together? So Royal Q, automatically the moment you choose MACD and it is a long, golden cross is going to appear. Okay, golden cross is going to appear. So by default, I want you to see this. By default, Royal Q will give you the golden cross that is happening above the zero line. Can you see there is this thing and there is this thing? Okay, so this one, it means above. This one, it means below. When you tap here, you are going to see there are two of them. One is this one, the other one is this one. So this one means above the zero line. This one, it means below the zero line. So by default, Royal Q will give you above the zero. The reason why Royal Q gives you above the zero, it is because when a crossover happens above the zero, in most cases, the price jumps, meaning the market pumps. Okay? A golden cross that happens above the zero line, in most cases, the market jumps. That's why by default, Royal Q will display above the zero line. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? So you are going to choose now. I'm just explaining to you that above the zero line and below the zero line, what is the difference? Okay, what is the difference? So there you go. You can choose below or you can choose above. But what matters is all of them, it is a golden cross. All right, it is a golden cross. So there it is, as you can see here. Now, I want you to understand that the golden cross that the robot is monitoring with the MACD, it is the one that happens in 15 minutes time frame. Okay, the golden cross that happens in 15 minutes time frame. That's the time frame that the robot is monitoring this trade. So it will enter when a golden cross happens in the 15 minutes time frame. The robot will enter it. That's why we are learning how to snipe the market in the shortest time frame possible. And we are only collecting 1.3, 1.2, probably maximum it should be 1.5. Okay, we don't want to stay longer in the market. We just want to enter the market many times, collecting small profit, but repeatedly. Because 1.2 is easy to achieve, 1.3 is easy to achieve. Okay, so we don't want to stay longer in the market. We want to snipe the market. We close our eyes. When we open them, we are out. I'm just giving an example when I say sniping the market. So that's why we want to enter the market in 15 minutes time frame. So I save this, I confirm. Okay, then I can tap activate. I can tap activate. Then I activate this trade. Then the Royal Queue robot will be monitoring. When a golden cross is happening, the robot is going to buy first time using the MACD indicator. Is this clear, ladies and gentlemen? Is this difficult? How to lay this trap in your Royal Queue robot? Is this difficult? Is this difficult, ladies and gentlemen? Give me a reaction in the chat. Is this difficult? Is this difficult? Is this difficult? It's not difficult. All right, let me demonstrate the short. That was the long. So let's go to the short. Okay, this was the long. So I want us to trade the same coin, but we want to short it. Now I am on the short section. Okay, so we are going to short the same trade, the same coin, right? So I'm going to come here. I choose my strategy that I have saved. I bring it here. But this time I am shorting the market. I want to short the market using the MACD. I'm gonna still come here on advanced setting. I'm gonna still come here on advanced setting, but I am shorting the market this time around, right? So when I am shorting with MACD, I'm going to use death cross. I'm gonna use death cross. I'm gonna tap on trigger price here so that I bring MACD, because I want first buy triggering condition to be MACD. So I'm gonna tap on trigger price, then I choose MACD. The moment I bring MACD, I told you about two crosses that happens in MACD indicator. One of them is the death cross. It is the death cross. So here it is. Royal Q knows that when you are shorting the market using MACD, it is a death cross that is gonna use to enter. So here it is. All right. Here it is. So by default, you can see by default, death cross that happens below the zero line. Why below the zero line? The market is moving from the top coming down. Okay. When a death cross happens below the zero line, it means this market will go down. Okay. There's a possibility that a death cross can happen here above the zero line, and then the market changes direction. But in most cases, a death cross that happens after the two lines are below. They are doing the crossing below the zero. It means that this is a win-win situation. Yes, you are going to win this trade. That's why by default, Royal Q will give you zero here below the zero line when it comes to short, which is death cross. Okay, if we were to use the auto fib retracement indicator, we could say you are entering the market after the 50% line. Yes, the market has crossed the 50% line going down. Then you know that this one is going to 60, this one, it is not coming back. Okay, but above the 50, you know that maybe the market might retrace, might go up. I hope I'm not confusing somebody with the autofib retracement. But this is what I'm trying to say. When a death cross happens below the zero line, it is a winning trade, ladies and gentlemen. It is a winning trade. So I save this, right? Then after that, I activate my robot. Okay? Remember, when I tap activate, the robot is not going to buy this trade now. it will be monitoring. It will be monitoring for the death cross to happen. If a death cross is not happening, the robot is not going to buy. That is the reason why we are going to set many coins. We are going to set 5 for long, 5 for short, so that we stand a high chance of our robot picking a trade. Because sometimes you set 1 coin, the robot does not pick it. So it is better for you to set many of them, so that out of the many, 1 is picked by the robot. Then you can come and cancel the rest. I'm very sure that you know how to do this. Okay? And the formula that you need to follow. You should not put your capital, all of it, in the account of futures if you are trading futures. You only put the amount for first buy. If you are using $20 to be your first buying amount, you transfer money from your spot wallet or from your funding wallet to the futures account wallet. Only $20, you leave it there, because you are setting 10 coins. Remember, you are setting 10 coins or 100 coins, right? So out of these coins, if 1 picks, it is going to use the first buy, which is $20. Then these ones, if they try to pick, they will discover that there is no money. There is no money at all. So they are not going to be activated. But if you leave $100 here and you set 5 trades, okay, you will discover that this $100 might be used by the robot. If these 5 trades are triggered, it means each and every one of them, it is going to use 20, 20, 20, 20. Do you understand why we want you not to put all your money in the wallet? Especially when you are laying these traps for the robot to buy. Okay? So if you leave more money here and you set more trades, the robot might pick all of them and you discover that all your money has been used. So leave money in your account if you are trading in futures. Transfer only the money for first buy-in amount. If you are trading in spot, please transfer money to the funding. Leave the money in the funding wallet. And then you transfer only money for your first buy-in amount in the spot. Leave that first buy-in amount money. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? You want to set many trades so that you stand a chance of picking a trade using the Royal Q robot. Is that difficult? Is that difficult? Is that difficult? Is that difficult? I said that I'm going to pick 1 coin in the spot market. Let me come to the spot market. Let me come to the spot market. Okay, because someone will be saying, but you are doing it in futures. What about us who have not graduated to the futures market? How do we set our Royal Q robot to trade for us using the MACD indicator? The same strategy. There is no difference. The only difference is that you use the MACD indicator in the spot market to monitor a golden cross. Because in the spot market, we don't trade the downward movement of the market. We only trade the upward movement of the market. Okay? So when I tap create here, then I choose my martingale strategy robot. Then I tap I understand. Then I come here and manually create. And probably I choose my strategy that I have already saved in Royal Q robot. Okay? Yes. So I want to use the advanced setting option over here. This is in spot market. Okay, there is no shorting, it is only longing the market. In the future, I mean, in the spot market, it is only the upward movement, right? So I'm gonna tap optional, okay, which is under advanced setting. Then I choose MACD under trigger price. I bring MACD here. The moment I bring MACD, then the golden cross appears. Here is the golden cross. The time frame, it is already 15 minutes. Then I save this. I have activated golden cross MACD in this trade. Then I confirm. So what is remaining when I tap activate, it means my RoyalQ robot will be monitoring when a golden cross is happening in this trade. My robot is going to enter first time using first buy in amount, which is $12. If there's no golden cross happening, there is no trading that is going to happen. The robot will not pick, because the condition of buying this trade, it should be MACD golden cross. Are we together? Are we together, both spot and futures? Are we together, both spot and futures? If you are having a question now, you can ask me. If you are having any question, you can ask me. I think I have tried to explain how to use the MACD indicator to enter a trade. The percentage, I did not demonstrate about settings of the other settings like margin calls, take profit percentage. I did not demonstrate that. The only focus was how do you apply MACD. So all those settings should be correct. Okay? All those settings should be correct. Your take profit percentage and everything should be correct. Then after that, you go to advanced setting. You want to use the MACD indicator. Yes. So you should set your take profit percentage, your margin calls, and everything should be set. After transferring money away from futures, how do you open margin calls? You open margin calls according to how much capital are you having. Okay? How much capital are you having? You come back when the trade has been picked. Okay? When the trade has been picked, all right, then you will come and put money for margin calls. First, you only leave money for first buy-in amount. After the robot has picked the trade, it's when you are going to transfer another money for your margin calls. So the margin calls are going to be set according to how much money are you going to use for your margin calls. So I know we do have different capital. We do have capacity, different capacities in terms of capital. That's why we always demonstrate different capital settings. We do have trainings, right? We do have trainings looking at our amount of capital, different strategies, all right? If you want to set a trade on the spot market, okay, should we leave all the coin on the spot or on the future? When you are trading the spot market, you are trading the spot market. Okay, these are two different markets. Some of the coins are available on spot, both on spot and futures. Some of the coins, they are not available on the other side. For example, on futures, you can only find a coin on spot. On future, is not available. Okay, so you leave your coin where you have set it. If you are trading under spot, it means the coin is available under spot. If you set the coin in futures, it means the coin is in futures. That's where it is. Yes, I did not switch on margin calls. It was a demonstration. It was a demonstration. That's why I said put capital for first buy-in amount. Once the robot is, the trade is activated, then you can come and add capital for your margin calls. Then you can switch on the margin calls. Yes. Okay, if you want to come on the microphone, I'm gonna allow you to ask. You just need to raise your hand and I'm gonna allow you to ask your question. All right? Yes, if you wanna come on the microphone. What if a cross does not occur in 15 minutes? The robot will still keep on monitoring. When I say the robot monitors a cross happening in 15 minutes, it does not necessarily mean that after 15 minutes, the cross is going to happen. Please understand me. The robot will keep monitoring, but the section or the time frame that the robot is monitoring, it is the 15 minutes time frame. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is the market. Here is the market. Okay, I did explain that when you open any coin, the robot will give you the market. Here is the market. So this is the market. So this market can be perceived in 15 minutes, in 1 hour, in 4 hours, 1 day, 1 week, and more. Okay, so what you are seeing here, this type of display for this market that you are seeing right now, it is in the 4-hour time frame. Can you see the 4-hour is highlighted in blue there? Okay, so this structure, it is in 4 hours. If I want to check the same market in 1 hour, I'm gonna tap 1 hour. Can you see how the market is looking in 1 hour? The same market, but this is a shorter time frame compared to 4 hours. So when I was talking about 15 minutes here, I'm talking about each and every candle here. When it starts and grow, it is completed in 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, one candle. Every 15 minutes, one candle. Every 15 minutes, one candle. That's what it means. So if a golden cross is happening in this time section, it's when the robot will enter. But it does not mean that the robot or the crossover will happen within 15 minutes time. This is a overview. Okay? How do you want it to look at the market? Is it in a smaller picture or in a bigger picture? So the bigger picture is the 1 hour compared to 15, because 15 is less, 1 hour is more. So it does not necessarily mean that within 15 minutes time frame, within 15 minutes hour, okay, because this is time, but this is a time frame. I don't know if I'm making it sense here. All right, when I say 15 minutes time frame, I'm looking at candles that are growing and finishing within the 15 minutes frame. But when I say 15 minutes hour, I'm simply saying, okay, the time that is happening, okay, for these candles to grow, how long it's gonna take. So it may take more than 15 minutes before a crossover happens. That's why I'm saying it does not mean that when you set a trade in 15 minutes, the robot is going to pick that trade after 15 minutes. No. But the frame that the robot is looking at, it is a 15 minutes frame. Is this clear? Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. Where am I? Which other question I needed uh to attend to? I said that if you're having a question you wanna come on the microphone, just raise your hand. I'm gonna acknowledge you, and then you are going to ask your question. Okay, all right. I'm gonna come to the hands. I was just answering the ones in the chat. Please give me a few minutes. I'm gonna come to the hands now. To those that are raising their hands, just hold on. I'm coming. I just want to deal with these ones in the chat. You can trade, you can set many coins as you can, okay, using the MACD. But don't forget, just leave money only for your first buy-in amount. Okay, don't forget that. Transfer money. If you are trading in the spot market, remove the other money. If there is more money in the spot account, remove it to the funding. Leave only what is enough for your first buy-in amount. The rest, move it, because the robot might end up using it to buy all the coins you have set. That is if the trigger happens. Yes, the meeting is recorded. Go to our Crypto Ambassadors YouTube channel. The meeting is recorded. If you use the first $50 first buying amount and you want to change it to $10, you can change on the setting. You change on the setting. If you are doing spot, it's easy. You just put in the $10 there. You're going to put the 10 on the first buying amount. But if you are trading futures, then you need to calculate amount of coins that are worth $10. Okay? Samula, is that okay? You can adjust. If you use the 50, then the robot has bought. Now you want to use $10 when it is buying your margin calls. Then you can come and change on the settings. If you are trading futures, you adjust the number of coins that are worth your $10 as first buying amount. How do you differentiate between the death cross and golden cross? The red line crossed both above and below. Which red line now? It means you were not following. Fresh smile. It means you are not following. Eh? If you were following, when I was talking about the MACD line and the signal line, they are not both red. One is blue, one is red. If you have been following me from the beginning, yes. One is red, one is blue. So on the death cross, the blue line crosses the orange line to come down. That is death cross. Golden cross, the blue line crosses the orange line to go up. Okay? Just for understanding sake. But now, this is happening in Royal Q. Royal Q is the one that is going to monitor the death cross. So you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. The Royal Q is the one that is going to monitor your death cross if you are shorting the market. If you are longing the market, the bot will monitor the golden cross for you. I did not say that when you are setting using MACD indicator, you cannot be liquidated. Sometimes you will see a coin that moves fast to the top, then after that it comes down quickly. I don't know if you have experienced that. Okay? But in most cases, when a death cross happens, it becomes a winning trade. When a golden cross happens, it becomes a winning trade. Okay? Yes. But you should understand that we don't control the market. The Royal Queue does not control the market. That's why we say, sure, don't you trade without margin calls. Yes, this is Nasir Ruddin. Yes, that is true. I think I'm gonna come one day and explain this. I'm gonna come one day and explain this. Futures trading when you are opening margin calls. I'm gonna come and explain this so that we learn together. We learn through our experiences. I'm gonna share my experiences in futures trading. All right, in terms of margin calls. Uh, when do you decide to use it above zero or below zero? Because it fails to pick up, but it goes in the direction you predicted. Okay. So if the market continues to go up, okay, if you are using below the zero line, for example, you have set below the zero line, okay, there is possibility that a golden cross may not happen below the zero line, but it may happen above the zero line. So if a golden cross happens above the zero line and you did set below the zero line, your robot is not going to buy, but you see the market going up. Am I correct, Precious? But you are not losing anything. That's why I'm saying set many coins. Set many coins. One below the zero, one above the zero. So that you stand a chance of your robot picking a trade for you. You are only looking for one. You are only looking for one trade, that's all. So set others below, set others above. Is that okay, Precious? Is that okay, Precious? I'm about to come and pick the hands that are raised. I want to come and pick the hands that are raised. Yes. Oh, okay. Let me come here. Let me pick some hands first. Whose hands are up? Okay, I see Kate and Josh. Okay, let me start with Kate. Kate, please unmute.
Good evening, coach. Thank you
Yes,
so
good
much.
evening, ma'am.
Fantastic training and coaching. Please, I have somehow experience which I don't know how to go about. In this features training, not really liquidation in any way. I trade a coin in long, and in that coin, I use a stop loss in Binance because I don't know how to use it in a Royal Queue. So I saw an opportunity. I decided to sell half of the coin on Royal Queue. I sold half and the half was still remaining. So after some time, I now went back to check the situation. I saw that the position has closed in Binance. The position has closed, and that one I sold in Royal Queue. I got the money actually. So I noticed that Binance has already dropped my capital in futures, but the coin was still running in Royal Queue. So I did everything humanly possible to disengage that trade from running. It refused to be disengaged, you know. That one is one angle of it. So shortly after today, I now noticed that it was restricted. My features account was restricted by Binance. I made efforts to communicate them. I don't really know how to go about communicating them. I tried, I did something there. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. That one is another angle to it. So today again, I now say, okay, let me, since I have money in Binance on features, let me trade another. I tried trading Ethereum better. That Ethereum, I have done it before. I have traded on it before. So, and I have a trace use. So I now pick that Ethereum. I want to trade it on no, not in Binance again, because Binance has restricted my account on spot. So when I now went to select my strategy, I noticed that it brought out features again. I tried my best to cancel that feature, select manually the trade setting I have already, but it wasn't possible. So the thing has been frustrating me since today. I angrily removed my money from features. I put it funding wallet again because I don't want to, because I have other coins that are trading in under sports. I have other coins that are trading. So my problem, why is this thing happening that way? Because before I was trading the Solana SRP in sports and the Solana again in features, and all of them were just happening very comfortably before this thing now happened. Before Binance restricted my features account, I don't know what happened. So I now say, okay, let me trade another coin. Since I have seen my money, but Royal Q, I don't know how to disengage that trade because I have done all I could. It didn't obey. So that is the issue I'm having. Since today, up to now, since afternoon, I have not eaten. I have been battling with this now, so down. I wasn't happy with what I'm seeing. I've done all I could, you know. How
You
to go.
try to did you try
Yeah,
to unbind your bot and then bind it?
no, I didn't. Even ChatGPT was suggesting that, but me, I was scared. I said, how will I go and bind and not bind? There, we have facilities for binding features and sports, which I have been using all this while. I've been using it for more than 1 month. So I don't know why this one happened. And
Yeah,
why,
it
and
doesn't
why
matter.
Yeah, why Binance again? It's just half of this thing I sold, and the stop loss stopped, and the position closed too, without allowing the rest of this thing to finish selling. But in
Okay,
Royal,
all right.
seeing the Royal was seeing that and as it's still there, but it's not there because Binance have released my money.
Yeah, so my leader, don't forget that we are using softwares, right? So just go to unbind your bot and then bind it again and check what will be the response, or what is the robot going to do after doing that, because these are softwares. So sometimes something can happen. So you can speak to support, you can speak to that, but let's try whatever we can do. If it does not work, then maybe we'll be looking into other options. But the way I hear your issue, I think the first thing to do is unbind your bot and then bind it again. There is nothing that you're going to lose when it comes to the current trades that are running. There's nothing that you're gonna disturb. You just needed to do that so that maybe you program the software back because you were doing something, then something happened as well. So on the issue of Binance doing their stuff, that is between you and Binance. I think you can resolve that issue with the support.
My
I
one
don't know what they suspected when that happened. I don't know.
My God. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. What I intend doing, by tomorrow there will be upgrade in Royal Q. So I want them to finish with their upgrade so that it will not tamper with whatever I have to do.
Okay,
I
all
don't,
right, that's okay. That
yes,
is
because,
okay. So after the upgrade, then you can do the binding and unbinding, yes, and see what is going to happen.
okay. Please, can you guys
Yeah.
contact what is the Binance customer, support? Because I tried
Sorry,
there how to contact a Binance support. Already I have written the letter for them,
how did you contact them?
that was restricted. I don't know the offense. But from what I learned from ChatGPT anyway, ChatGPT said in features that I don't have to sell, partly, that once I sell, the position will close. The Binance will see that I have sold everything, which is not true. I told ChatGPT that I sold half of the coin, not all. And Royal is still running up till now in Royal Q. But Binance has already disengaged my position, and the stop loss is no longer there.
Yeah, I think there's something that we needed to learn from the futures trading when we are trading with our Royal Q robot. I
Yeah.
understand that using our Royal Q robot, you can sell part of your asset and remain with part of it. That one I was very much aware in the spot market. But in
Yes.
the futures market, I haven't tried something like that. So I cannot give a good response pertaining to that because I don't have any experience. Maybe some that have tried to do that, maybe they can help us to give a different feedback. But on my side, I have not done that. So that's why I'm saying maybe the first approach is to do the unbinding and then binding it again and see what will happen. But the rules, I remember, I know that each and every market has got its own rules. So if the futures market, when you sell half of it, which is the futures market, I don't know what normally happens. Can you be sell half or you cannot sell? You need to close the whole position. I'm not sure. I know I normally trade futures in the exchange, but I don't sell half of my asset that I'm trading. I normally close all position if I want to close, if I'm trading manually. So with the robot, I don't know, maybe the community will help us on that one. But
The
first
ad-
of all, just try what I have recommended you to do and see
yeah.
what will happen next. Yeah.
Thank you very much. God bless. I'll do
Okay.
that.
All right, Josh. You are next. Josh. Yes, ask your question. I've allowed you to unmute.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, this afternoon, technical class on technical analysis, especially on moving average, MACD, and then RSI. Yes, it was actually good. So just some 30 minutes away, 30 minutes ago, I tried to analyze this strategy on ENA. Then I first of all look at the 4 hours time frame, and I found out that it's going to be an uptrend, and the relative strength index, the momentum started from 20, and it was moving grievously and hit 36. And I look at the 15-minute time frame too, and on the 15-minute time frame, it almost on the trends. The RSI was around 55, 57 to 60, and I don't know whether it's already late or I still have to wait so that the 4 hour time frame relate well with the 15 minutes time frame. So I don't know what to do about that.
You checked the market in the 4 hour time frame and then you come and check in 15 minutes. Is what we are saying?
Yes.
No, you're not supposed to do that. When you are checking the market in 4 hours, then you come and look for your earlier entry in 1 hour. If you're checking the market in 1 hour, it's when you're gonna come and make your entry in the shorter time frame, which is 15 minutes. That's what you normally do. Because when you check market in 4 hours, then you come in 15 minutes, you get confused.
All right.
Yeah. So use 1 hour to analyze your market, then make earlier entry in a shorter time frame than 1 hour, which is 15 minutes or probably maybe 30 minutes. So when you're doing it in 1 hour, check it in 30 and 15 and see, does it correspond or what? Or there's a bit of confusion. But you cannot do in 4 hours and then you come and make an entry in 15 minutes. You are going to find the market is high up and you'll be afraid to enter.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow. So it means that if I mean look at the 4 hours time frame, I have to maybe make entry in the 1 hour time frame.
Yes. When you do your analysis in 4 hours, come and check the market in 1 hour. You will see that the market is still in an uptrend, and probably the RSI has not crossed, is not above the 50 yet.
Okay.
Yeah. If the 4 hour time frame, the RSI is in the oversold region, is trying to resurrect or to rise, then when you come and check in 1 hour, you will see that the market has not crossed the 50 line, not yet. Yeah, then that tells you that no, I'm still having a chance. I can enter here and I exit here.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Any other question, guys? Did I leave questions in the chat? Let me see in the chat. Okay. I'm checking questions here before we end our session. When you are trading, you should have your own strategy. Okay, I'm answering the questions pertaining to time frame. If you are a person who analyzes market in 4 hours, stick to your 4 hour time frame. Okay, when you keep on changing, you end up confusing yourself. Like myself, I trade in 4 hours. I trade 4 hour candles. Okay, so I always calculate if I enter here, okay, this candle will take 4 hours to close. Okay, what is my chance of winning this trade? All right, so I stick to that, and I happen to understand that okay, I am in the right direction and I am winning my trades. So if you are somebody who is doing 1 hour technical analysis and you find your earlier entry in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, please find expertise in that. Okay, stay with what works for you. When you are going to keep changing, you will end up getting confused. So have a trading strategy. If you are trading in longer time frame, 4 hours, stick to that. If it is working for you, if you understand better that area, stick with that. That is my advice. That is my advice. Okay, if you are still trying to explore the market, have one strategy and stick with it while you are exploring others. I don't know if I'm answering the questions that are pertaining to time frame. You have been using MACD and coins are going against because it buys late. I don't understand. Kips. Do you set the MACD in your Royal Key robot? or you go and analyze the market and you come and make entry? Please come on the microphone. I want to engage with you, because I have been using MACD to make entries in the market. I have never lost a trade. What I'm teaching here is what I am doing. I have never lost a trade. So I want to see I want to know your strategy. When you say it goes against you, please come on the microphone, raise your hand. I want to engage with you. Gibbs, where are you? Or you are afraid to come on the microphone? I'm allowing you to unmute. If you are still there, I'm allowing you to unmute. Yes, please open your microphone and talk to me.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I've been setting the MACD
Yeah.
both for short and long,
Okay.
and then the trade shows after the buying, after the coin triggers.
After the trade is triggered, yes, and it is bought. What next?
If it happens to be positive, it's just in seconds. Maybe it goes to 0.5. Then it goes away. Like the one that I have right away, it was triggered by the MACD.
Okay, the MACD bought it.
Yeah, the MACD bought it.
Okay. Then it did not sell.
It didn't sell. One went against me. It was liquidated, and this one was left. You know, I had left 20 in future, so they bought 2 coins.
Okay.
The 2 were triggered almost the same time.
Okay. Were they pumping coins?
No, they are not. They are just sluggish. They are just making the downs, highs, and lows. They have taken almost 3 days now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the coins you're trading? What's the names of the coins you're trading?
NXPC. And the other one was CRU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you open margin calls or no?
Yes, I opened margin call, but now the CRU went for the 7th margin call until I saw this one cannot come out.
It bought all the margin calls?
It bought all the margin calls, the 7 of them.
The 7?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your margin call drops?
I had the first one was 8%.
Okay. All right.
Then I went.
So, okay, proceed.
Yeah, then I gave 4 so that I can resurrect it, but it never resurrected.
Okay, so it was a long, and then the market goes against you. It went down.
It went down.
Okay.
I also bought a coin called Hyper by the same MACD. It was triggered by MACD. It showed positive up to 6%. It went positive 6% because I'm using the leverage of 5x.
Okay.
Then it went away. But the good thing with that one, after I opened the margin call, it came back and it sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this other one that is hanging, when did you buy it? It was when?
Now today it is filling 4 days.
It's 4 days.
NXPC.
Okay.
But yesterday is the time it woke up. It was just sluggish. It stayed at 29%. 2 days it was just sluggish.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now I don't know what to do about it, but I'm still waiting.
All right. I hope your liquidation price is far from where the market is.
Now it is near the liquidation. I thought it will come back now to, because now the coin has reached to negative. I started with it when it was $1.09, right? Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you for that insight. So if you heard me very well when I was explaining about the MACD, we only use the MACD for first entries. We want to make objective entries, or probably entries that are not going to go against us. But sometimes it happens that the coin we are setting, or the coin that the robot has picked, all right, remember, there is also news that influence the market. So probably when the robot buys, then something happens in the market, right, of which the robot is not control of. And according to the robot, it entered at the right time when the MACD was making a crossover. But something happened to the coin, then it started to go down. Yeah. So those things do happen. So the only advantage that we normally have, if the coin is really moving up and down, when we open our margin calls, then you discover that you do come out of the trade, right? But if it is only focusing on the downward movement, you should always check. When a coin was rising, then it just made a U-turn and it continues to go down. If you go and read news, you discover that there is something that has triggered that. Then people are selling, right? Yeah. So those are the scenarios that we normally meet with when we are trading. That's why it is also good to check your trades, because sometimes you look at the trade, then you'll be like, is this trade going to be successful? Am I going to win this trade? So you also make some other decisions and say, I think this one has gone against me. Maybe probably let me just sell. Let me close it, because where I see it is going, I don't think I'm gonna win. So there are other decisions that you make as a trader, because you see that it might take long for you to come out. So before it goes deeper and deeper, it is better for you to release the coin, let it go.
I've
I
also
don't know if
learned
I'm
that.
making sense, Capes. Yes.
Yeah, because I made very many. I bought margin call and I really banked on that coin. I really tried to resurrect it. Wow, it was a very bad night because that one was running very fast. After the whole day
Going
it was
down, yes.
sluggish. Yeah, going down, going down, going down. At the end
Yeah.
of it began to go. Yeah.
I understand what you're talking about. It do happens in the market. It do happens, and you don't have control over it. So you have to make some decisive decisions when it comes to that, instead of you losing everything that is already in there.
All right.
Yeah, because this is the futures market. It's not the spot market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, let me pick Nazir and we're gonna end with Nazir. Yes, Nazir, come on board. What is your question?
Good evening, Coach Mo.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Thank you for such a wonderful presentation. I just want to comment on the lady who spoke on, having her trade canceled in the exchange, meanwhile still running on the robot. From an import from the previous lecture with Brother Emmanuel, he made us aware that with regards to features, you don't need to pause a trade. If you pause a trade, to be canceled in the exchange. I think that's what's happened to her. So she should take note and then don't be pausing a future trade in the robot. If you do that, it will be canceled in the exchange.
Okay. Yeah, she said that she sold half of the trade. She saw that there was a profit that she wanted to collect. So she didn't want to sell all of it. So she sold part of it. It's when that happened. She did not pause it, but she did sell part of the trade. That's what happened. But what you are saying, it may contribute to that. That's why I was saying I don't have experience when it comes to selling part of your asset in futures. What normally happens with the exchange? What do they do to you? Right? I only know in the spot, but in futures, remember you are using the leverage and all that. So I'm not familiar with selling a section of your trade and leave the other running. So it might be something that we are not familiar with, but our experiences are going to teach us that. So yeah, let's go and make research as well and get some feedback on making ourselves better when it comes to trading. So thank you so much for that contribution, my leader. I really appreciate it. Henry, now you're coming late. Okay, ask your question, Henry. Is it a contribution? Is it a question?
Okay. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
I happens to be a new person among you,
Okay.
and for the few minutes where I have joined, I noticed that it is maybe the host scenario. It is for those who have experience pertaining trading and and how to make use of the robot. I don't know, like people like me who just came in yesterday, not just barely 24 hours. How do I cope with all these terminologies and all these big names that have been called here? So I don't know how can I fit in because I'm a new person and I don't know anything about trading.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Henry, and thank you for joining the business. You just need to be patient with yourself, Henry. Every one of us who are here started where you are. So it is all about making a commitment. If you have joined a business, I think it's very needful for anyone who joined the business to learn about the business, how it is done. So the business that you have joined, we do have different trainings to equip those that are in the business to become better in their trading experience. So we always have different trainings like the one that we were doing today. It's not the first time, we always do it, right? So if you just joined us and you find us speaking these terminologies that you don't understand, just be patient. I would recommend that you also spend time with the person who introduced you to the business, as well as having access to our channel. Yes, our YouTube channel of Crypto Ambassadors. Please, there is a lot of information that you can absorb from our channel. Yes, we teach different strategies, different areas about the business. So you just need to take your time, learn slowly, while you are also understanding what this business is all about. So don't focus on the money much. Focus on learning about the business while you are earning. Okay?
All right.
Yes. But don't feel bad about it. You are in the right place and you are with the right community. What you need to do is make a sacrifice, join our Zoom trainings. I don't know, maybe you are a working person, I'm not sure, but join our Zoom trainings. The more you join it, the more you are going to sharpen your knowledge about how we do things when it comes to trading with the robot.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just connect with the person who introduced you to the business. If the person is not around or doesn't have time, You can look for a mentor. The mentor is going to mentor you until you are coming slowly but surely in the business. But don't forget to go to Crypto Ambassadors YouTube channel. We do have a lot of information there that can also help you, right? If you are finding anything difficult, then I think you can also contact some of the coaches and they are going to help you. I'm very sure of that. We are very committed to our business.
I appreciate once more. I appreciate.
Okay, you're welcome. Mkala. Seems like people are coming one by one now. Mkala, yes, come on the microphone. Unmute
Yes,
yourself.
thank you, Coach Mo. I'd asked some few questions on the chat, but maybe I can also ask here. So, thanks for the session. So, I just wanted to understand. I have two questions. Number one is when using the take profit automated option to take profit, is it accurate? And also, the second question was if you can share maybe your margin call settings, we take a screenshot of the same. We'll really appreciate.
Okay. On the take profit, when you instructed the robot to give you 1% on the trade you are taking, the robot will follow those instructions. When the price of the coin you are trading rises above your entry and it reaches the take profit of 1% according to the instructions, the robot is going to sell at that price. So yes, there is accuracy depending on the point of entry, because remember, the take profit is calculated from the point of entry where the robot has entered. It creates what we call an average price. Immediately, it is going to show you when it is going to sell. If you put 2%, it will tell you at what price it is going to sell. It shows you on the trade. Are you familiar with that in color? Did you see it? I want you to unmute so that we can communicate. Don't mute yourself until we are done.
Yeah. Actually, what I meant is, apart from the percentage, when you go to close a trade, you are able to configure take profit from there. So, for example, if a trade is running overnight and you'd want it to maybe take at a certain amount, let's say $1 or $2, there's that option on the close. When you go to click close, you're able to configure the amount that you want it to take profit at. And from my experience,
Yeah, that is when you are doing manual. You want to close the trade by yourself, not the robot closing it.
Yes.
Yes, but I was referring to when you instruct the robot with a take profit percentage, for example, 1%. With the moment you input your 1%, it is going to show you, it will calculate for it to give you the 1%. It's going to show you at what price it is going to sell.
So you see, when you're using margin calls, let's say you're using when you're using leverage, let's say you're using 5% leverage, the take profit in this case will be $5. 5%. So sometimes these trades to get to 5%, it might not be easy. So you might want to configure the manual take profit, especially if you are sleeping and it's running overnight.
When you put 5% leverage, it does not mean that your take profit is going to be 5%. The 5% you indicate it on the take profit. You can use the leverage of 5 and you put 1% take profit.
Okay.
Yes. You can use 20. You can use 20% leverage and still use 1% take profit. It does not mean that you are going to have 20% take profit when you're using the leverage of 20. No.
Oh, I get you.
Yes.
Okay.
The only difference is this, probably, let me clarify this. When you put take profit to be 1%, when you check on the profit percentage, the 1%, it is indicated as 10. When the price is rising, you will see that it is going up and up. When it reaches 10, then it means that is 1% in real time, then it will sell. I don't know if you have noticed that. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. And for it to reach 10, sometimes it might be very hard, especially if the coin is. Yeah.
It's not moving. Yeah, it depends on the momentum of the coin. That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the momentum of the coin. So if you want to close manually, that's why Royal Q did put the close button there so that you can close it and take whatever it has been reached. Yeah, it's just that when the take profit is less than 1, you cannot input it in the robot. It's not going to allow you to put less than 1%.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but you can close it before it reaches 1%.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on the margin call settings, are you able to maybe share? We take a screenshot.
Okay. The margin configuration is not always the same, because if you are to copy mine, that's why I always talk about your trading capital. That how much trading capital are you wanting to use, and that also will determine the margin configuration you want to give. So it is not always the same. I normally change it, but if I can give a general setting, I can do that, especially to those that are new, which margin configuration they can use, but still it's not a must. Remember, trading is about experience. Trading is about experience. But I'm going to share, I don't know if it is today. I see the time is already late. It's 10:15 now. And I see another hand here. Nazir want to ask, I don't know, is it a question or what? But okay, I'm gonna come and share different settings. I'm gonna come and share different settings. Don't worry, Kala. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Nazir, you are coming second time. What is the issue now? We want to go and sleep.
Yes, sorry. Thank you for the opportunity once again. With regards to the momentum that you just mentioned, which we use the RSI to determine, I mean, I can see someone, I mean, fresh smile, right? Wanting to know the decision zone. At what point do you have to long the market, or at what point do you have to short, based on the RSI giving you the momentum?
Yeah, that is true. That's why I was saying, when you are using, for example, the auto Fibonacci indicator, you are able to see in which region should you enter the trade. Is it below or above the 50, depending? So if you're talking about RSI, you also have your standard and say, I'm not going to enter a long if the RSI did not rise up to 50. Okay, I'm not going to enter a trade. Someone would say, no, I'm going to enter the trade when my RSI is just resurrecting from the 20 going to 30. It's when I'm going to enter. So we do have different strategies. All right. So the more we practice, the more we trade. It's when we find out that, no, I think I can perfect my trade in this way. So our experiences matters. Some, they don't use the RSI, they use other indicators that works for them better. Others, they understand better the RSI. That's why I'm saying stick to what works for you. I think it's very important on that one. Stick with what works for you, because that's what you understand better, right? Okay, guys, I really appreciate your time. You decided to be here up to this late. It means you are really serious about understanding the business. All right. Let me tell you that you can leave. You can leave. Okay. I'm talking about you having a life through trading. That is, if you understand this industry very well. You don't need to wake up early in the morning and go to work. When you understand this industry, you will never go and work for money. Okay, so be committed. When we are sharing information, be committed. One day, you are not going to go and work for someone. You decide that I just want to make $50 today. You're going to make it. I just want only $100. You make it. After that, you leave the market. When you reach at that standard, because you are able to look just for one trade, just one. You look at the market structure of the trade. Where is the trend of the market going? Is it up? Is it down? You just look for one single trade, then you execute it. Then you are good to go. You don't fight with the market. You don't chase the market. You've got your target. Then that is it. Okay. So it started from here. Be committed. Get all this information. Get all these tricks. There are other things that we know that probably we did not share it today. We might share someday. When you are there, you grasp that, you add it to your trading experience. Then you perfect your trading journey. Right. So thank you so much, Ambassador Morris, for co-hosting me tonight up to this far. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who has been here up to the end. Some they left, yeah. So that's how it is in business. But nevertheless, the bottom line is, thank you guys. Have a blessed night. If God allows, I'll see you tomorrow morning in the technical analysis class. Thank you so much. That is it all from me. Have a blessed night. We love you all. Thank you.